Look, the main story of the day is surely the showdown over the border wall. Joining us now is James Carafano with the Heritage Foundation. James, I think he's going to declare a state of emergency. And if he does that, I think it's the only way out of the government shutdown border wall impasse. What say you?
Well, the first thing I'd say is I'm not a lawyer, so I have to apply common sense here. And you know how that works with the law. But when you read the bill, look, there's a difference between a crisis and an emergency, right? We agree it's a crisis. Even Pelosi said this is a humanitarian crisis. But the authority is designed to deal with an emergency, which is an unforecasted, unknown event. And this is certainly known. So I think the argument would be is that that's not an appropriate use of the law.
OK, James, would you mind?
It immediately goes to the court.
Yeah.
Well, it immediately goes to the court. The court puts a stay, and then we're back to the shutdown. So
OK, well, hold on a second, James, because I just got this from the president. As you may know, he's speaking to reporters on his way to the border in Texas. And he's just said, if there is no deal, that is a deal to supply money to build the wall and get the government back up and running again. If there's no deal, he says, it would be surprising if I did not declare a state of emergency. I think it's in the cards. Now, it's not a legal question. It doesn't matter whether the courts take him on and reject it. That doesn't matter. It is a political question. He will have done what he said he was going to do, and he can then reopen the government. What do you say?
Well, I think you may well be right. That could be a course of action or we could just go right back to the shutdown, right? Because if it goes to the courts and then you can't spend this money, so what does he do, right? But you raise a really, really important point, which is this is a skirmish and a very long battle that doesn't end until 2020 or after, right? This is a political debate. It's not a policy debate. And political debates only end one way. Somebody gets all the power and they get their way. Everybody backs down, or people move on and just see it as a loser, move on to another issue. We don't know which course is going yet, but this is something that's going to extend for years. It's not just about this particular shutdown.
OK, if this is a fight over a border wall, and it is a fight over a border wall, who's winning?
Well, but that's like saying this is the Battle of Bull Run. Who's winning? I think this is a political struggle that goes on for years. And the problem for the Democrats is winning is losing. Let's say they win. We don't do a border wall. We don't deal with catch and release. We don't deal with any of these problems. Well, then this issue just explodes. And what are they going to do when the 10,000-man migrant caravan shows up and starts walking across the border? How are they going to deal with that the next 2 years? They're just going to tell Americans there's not a problem here? Is that they're going to be their line for 2 years? There's not a problem? So the problem is if they win over the long term, they just might really lose really badly.
OK. James, I think we're on the same page. I really think he's going to declare that state of emergency, come what may in the courts or legalisms and all that. I think he's going to do it. OK, we're going to get the playback on the President's remarks any moment now. James Carafano, thanks for being with us on a very important day. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.